Will Smith, banned for a decade from the Academy, spoke to this Lakers team today about the perils of facing adversity and what it's like.
I hope that's released on vinyl.
To face adversity. Will Smith at Lakers today. Hollywood pariah. Taking pictures with the Lakers.
Man has been cucked.
And telling everybody that he was sad because he got cucked.
I got cucked.
And what it's like to get through this public cucking that the Lakers are going through right now. Now, of course, as we've often pointed out, and we pointed out yesterday by going through the entire, and Ronnie was especially impressive, but going through the entire roster of people that have played characters in the Batman universe on television and in film.
Did we clip that and send it for the Marconi? Did we clip that segment? We did? Thank you, Kate.
Thumbs up.
Thank you, Kate.
So this is not the first time the Lakers have turned to a celebrity when they faced adversity. Lest we forget this great moment here.
I remember just a really quick story. There was one time when Kobe, who I worked with for 18 years, was going back to play Madison Square Garden, and he had just seen The Dark Knight. Obviously, you guys saw that movie. And he's like, hey, hook me up with dinner with Heath Ledger because he got so locked into that role. I want to know how he mentally went there. And so he had dinner with Heath, and he talked about how he locks in for a role, and Kobe used some of that in his game against the Knicks in terms of mental preparation. And so I know for you, your craft, your art, how you've gotten to be number one,
the Rock,
and then how you stay there is going to be inspiring.
Thanks for the intro, Rob. And there is a little detail that we've shared, perhaps, if you didn't know and you haven't heard us discuss it in the past.
You arranged a meeting with a dead man.
Yes, Heath Ledger had already passed by the date that he was suggesting.
Now, I want to correct and retract a few things for some people that might not understand what we're talking about.
Corrections and retractions.
This is disgraced actor Will Smith.
Not Dodgers catcher.
Wife's name out your mouth.
That Will Smith.
That one.
Not Dodger catcher, who would probably say something like, keep my wife's name out of your stinking
Actually,
mouth.
he'd say, go stand over on first, and I'm going to throw a ball that gets your arm blown off. But yes, Matt, it's not Will Smith from the Dodgers, as we are your Dodger station. It's this Will Smith.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
All right. Thanks for putting on a tux, everybody. Let's have a great night. So Will Smith, and the Lakers are in Denver, right? So it must have been yesterday that Will Smith, and then they put out
El Segundo, all the photo dumps came today. Here's Jeannie with Rob and Will. Here's Will with the team. Here's Will shooting a free throw.
And I feel like this is a double rehab project. This helps Will saying, look, the Lakers think I'm cool, even after I publicly assaulted somebody and Denzel still acted like I was cool and won an Oscar and went up there and talked about what a great guy Richard Williams is. So the Lakers think I'm cool. You should think I'm cool too. Now, we have a history on this show with Will Smith. He called in, or he had somebody call. A producer was very angry.
He let it be known. He let it be known.
They cursed me out for attacking his son's Karate Kid remake.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
He might have slapped me if I was here.
We went on a full week-long campaign. We
Against
had
it.
Marty Cove on. We had Machio on.
The only guy we couldn't get was Marita because he was dead.
Right. Otherwise, we had everyone from Karate Kid trying to disparage the next Karate Kid film from Will Smith and his son. What's his Jaden?
Jaden Smith.
Jaden. And Will apparently let Sony know, and then Sony reached out to us.
And started mother effing
said,
us.
Hey, F you. Tried to get the suits to come down.
Yeah, they tried to pull like a weird SC thing.
Right.
Like, these are Trojans behind this movie. How could you turn your back on USC? It's like, you must not know me that well. Keep my wife's name.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
So,
apparently,
Will Smith was at Lakers yesterday being like, hey, I know you guys are struggling. When Russell missed that shot the other night with the shot clock, having all that time on it, It was a lot like me jumping up on stage on the Oscars and slapping Chris Rock because my wife gave me a sideways look.
My wife!
We're the same.
Keep my wife's name out your
And by the way, I played Muhammad Ali.
So here's what I want you guys to do. When you go to Atlanta to play the Hawks, I want you to go to the TNT studios. And for all the insults that Chuck and Kenny and Shaq have lobbed your way, you're an open hand slap.
Oh!
That's what you cannot allow that to happen. You're not allowed to sit back and let them disparage your reputation. You're going to have to stand up for yourself. And that means going to Atlanta and taking it out on Charles Barkley with physical aggression, just like I did with Chris Rock.
Yeah. I mean, I could see that as I just don't know what he would say.
Well, I think the sad thing is, the sad thing for all of this is a Rob Pelinka production. He's done it before.
Wait a minute. I don't see Rob Pelinka as a name dropper or a star effer, Matt. I don't think that's fair.
He said Kobe had dinner with a dead man.
We don't have proof of that.
Quick story. There was one
Heath
time
Ledger
when Kobe,
died
who I
before
worked
that
with for
Batman
18
was
years, going
released.
back
He
to
was
play.
dead. They had to digitally add his person to a number of scenes because he was already dead.
Let me hear that. I'm not sure if Pelinka was lying about Ledger or not. Let me hear that.
I remember just a really quick story. There was one time when Kobe, who I worked with for 18 years, was going back to play Madison Square Garden, and he had just seen The Dark Knight. Obviously, you guys saw that movie. And he's like, hey, hook me up with dinner with Heath Ledger.
Hook me up with a dead man.
So locked into that role.
I exhumed his
know how
corpse.
he mentally
I put it
went
at the
there.
table.
And so he had dinner with Heath, and he talked about how he locks in for a role, and Kobe used some of that in his game against the Knicks in terms of mental preparation. And so I know for you, your craft, your art, how you've gotten to be number one, and then how you stay there is going to be inspiring.
Again, no reason to tell that story to The Rock.
I'll tell you how you don't stay at number one. You die.
Yes. Which Heath Ledger, unfortunately, had died.
Yeah, well, one of the Olsen twins is like, I don't want to be wrapped up in this. I'm getting the hell out of here. He's dead.
Prior to the release of The Dark Knight, he died.
Well, maybe Kobe saw like one of those early director's cuts.
Possible.
So they're still at it, Matt. They're still doing the Hollywood's going to save the Lakers thing as Will Smith has come talk to the Lakers. I don't really know what you're trying to accomplish here, but it feels a little contrived. We've lost 3 games. We're taking a beating in the media. Russell Westbrook is a dark cloud and a zit upon our proud franchise. Everybody blames LeBron for putting this thing together. Nobody thinks Pelinka has any lead in his pencil. Nobody knows what Jeannie's doing. She's asleep at the switch. Let's bring in a Hollywood pariah to fix the situation.
Nobody's been able to get this guy. Nobody. Everybody's trying to lock up Will Smith to come give a motivational speech to their crew.
The thing is, his terrible...
I've secured it.
His horrible harpy wife still has the red table talk, where everybody has to go and confess their sins to her and tell them about how terrible their life is.
Pelinka's?
No, tell their deepest, dirtiest secrets. No, Jada Pinkett Smith.
Is she still sleeping and cucking around?
I don't know if she's cucking around.
Like
I don't
Shia
know.
LaBeouf?
I don't know what she's doing, man.
Cucking around like Jada Smith?
I'm not really sure what either of them are into or what Hollywood types are like, Matt. As we know, when it comes to the non-disclosure agreements, these people could be out here throwing those things around like gas station flyers.
Scientologists?
Heavy Scientology rotation commercials last night on KTLA's Clipper broadcast.
Is that right?
Heavy Scientologist rotation on KTLA last night. So they do have some buyers. And I'm sure if Scientology came back here and said, hey, we want to make up some of that Dodger revenue you guys lost by counting your Dodger chickens, I'm sure we'd take it as well. But I wouldn't do the reads.
Just wanted to make sure we had the timeline right, just in case. I'm going to read you a little thing here.
Is this from the Red Table Talk?
This is from editing was underway in January '08 when Heath Ledger, age 28, died from an accidental overdose of a prescription drug.
Yeah, and one of the Olsen twins was like, somebody pick me up.
Right?
He's dead.
Nolan said editing the movie became, quote, tremendously emotional right when he passed, having to go back in and look at him every day during editing.
So the movie wasn't done?
The movie had not been edited yet.
So Kobe must have been involved in the editing. That is really arduous, long, tedious process.
Palinka was sent the dailies, and he shared the dailies with
Ah, good.
Kobe. That's what it was. So to put that comment in context, Nolan said editing the movie became, quote, tremendously emotional right when he passed, having to go back in and look at him every day during editing. So there's that.
You're right about that, Matt. I thought you were going to go back and find the cucking history on the Red Table Talk.
That I do not. I do recall it was, I believe it was someone that was in their orbit, right? That was in her orbit, like either a pool guy
It was her
or
son's
a
friend, a famous singer.
TikToker or something.
Some kind of model, actor guy who beat that up. That's a friend of her son's.
I believe I've heard her son is trying to get into music now. He is
Jaden Smith?
Jaden is now leaving acting, and he is trying his hand at music.
Look
the
at
daughter's
this.
into it already.
Yes, she got the whip her hair thing, and now she's like an alt rocker. She's
Willow.
Willow is into the alt rock, Paramore style.
Let me read you a text I got, and somebody.
Secret text also line.
Not the first time we've got inside information from the Lakers organization.
We know everybody around here.
During Will Smith's speech, LeBron got up and slapped Westbrook, who in turn got up and slapped his own reflection, reminding himself to keep his own name out of his mouth. How the mighty have fallen.
Yes.
But it is interesting. Like, if you're the Lakers, you're looking in the mirror. You're Rob Pelinka. You've had a great deal of Botox and all kinds of skin products that you use on your face.
Your face is expressionless.
You look good. You look like a pimp called Slickback. And you're looking in the mirror and you're saying, everybody hates us. Nobody believes in Jeannie. They think she's just a figurehead that shows up in cool outfits. Nobody believes in LeBron. They think he's
Hired gun who's already retired.
using us to get his numbers and disrespect Kareem. Nobody likes Anthony Davis. He's perpetually injured and aloof. Nobody likes Russell Westbrook. It's one of the biggest mistakes we ever made was letting LeBron convince us to bring this guy in and trade away championship pieces, even though it was a COVID championship. What will solve this? Let me bring in the most hated person in Hollywood and then put it out that we were all together, and that will solve our problems. Us having a powwow with the disgraced Will Smith, not the catcher, the actor. That is the thought process there.
It's playing chess. We're playing checkers.
Like Sarkeesian.
Now, help me reconcile this, because sometimes when it comes to the digital media, I can be a little foggy and confused.
Okay.
I'm willing to announce my shortcomings.
Matt, there's a lot of things that are hard to explain in this world. This one,
It's just hard.
this PR move, feels like it's one of them.
I am at Will Smith's Instagram page.
Copy.
63 million followers.
Very popular man.
His most recent post, Epic Night. Thanks for coming to see Emancipation. Hope y'all enjoyed. At Dave Chappelle. At C. Blacksmith. At Bad Galriri. Kenny A. Barris. Official Fawn. Tyler Perry. ASAP Rocky. Westbrook. Apple TV Plus.
Okay.
First comment to that Instagram
Okay.
is what?
Vassay.
And what did he comment? Is that a goat? Is he telling Will Smith that he's the goat?
I don't really know. Is that Tyler Perry?
It's Will
Yeah,
Smith.
that's Rihanna. Just like a bunch of famous people there.
And David Vassay is the first comment that is a goat symbol.
Interesting that Chappelle, who's been on tour with Chris Rock, would be in the same room with Will Smith, his assailant.
Ain't that the truth? I did not expect to see. Like, look, the post before, DJ Jazzy Jeff has the first comment. 4 fire emojis. That is easily understandable.
Yeah. Hey, I'm still in this. DJ Jazzy Jeff.
DJ Jazzy Jeff. However, on the first post, I see officially Vassé. GOAT. Quite confusing.
Ooh, corrections and retractions, Matt. You're so stupid.
What I do now.
Corrections.
Do you think Dave
and
thought he was on Will Smith
retractions.
Dodger Catcher's Instagram page?
That's possible. Jaden has been doing rap music for quite a few years, money. That came on the Textoso.
Yeah, I'm a real idiot. I guess I was not aware of all those big Billboard Hot 100 hits he was busting out. Yes, Kate.
I did some sniffing around. July 10th, 2020, the Red Table Talk episode with Will and Jada Smith.
We were separated amicably.
Amicably. Sounds like it.
And I think he also wanted to make it clear that he's not a homewrecker,
August, she's talking about, their friend August, her friend.
which he's not.
I think so. I mean, because this is your red table, and you like brought yourself to the red table. I think you need to say clearly what happened.
As far as what?
You and I decided we were going to take our space, and what happened.
Yeah, and then I got into an entanglement with August. That's what I said.
An entanglement,
Yes. Yes.
a relationship.
Yes, it was a
Yeah.
relationship. Absolutely. I was in a lot of pain, and I was very broken. Now, in the process of that relationship, I definitely realized that
You got cooked.
you can't find happiness outside of yourself. And luckily enough,
Very luckily.
you and I were also going through a process of healing in a much different
Oh, of
manner.
course we
I would
were. We're much
definitely
more
say we
complex
did
than most
everything that we
people.
could to get away from each other,
people watch
only
this?
to realize that that wasn't.
How many people watch that,
Possible.
Kate?
So
What's the counter on that?
Where's the 39 million views.
So not that popular.
Not as many people as follow him on Instagram.
63 million. You're the GOAT.
The Lakers have common ground with Will Smith. They've been publicly cucked by LeBron.
Exactly right. You're going to trade for Russell Westbrook even though you don't want to.
That's an entanglement.
I want that entanglement. I need him in my life.
Which movie does he reference when he talks to the players? Like, I really had to dig deep in this role for this movie. Like, you guys need to dig deep to get that first win.
Bad Boys, Armageddon, go down the list.
Pursuit of Happiness.
Yeah,
Legend.
the Pound of Flesh one. That's a good one.
I Am Legend.
Ooh.
Concussion.
Last guy on. Well, a lot of options there. What about Wild Wild West? Wasn't that him?
Yeah,
That's a good one.
with Kevin Kline.
That's right.
I did not know Jaden Smith listened to PMS because the only person who would know about Jaden's rap career is Jaden.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah!
Yeah, wear it now, Textosaur. Jaden.
So very,
Ooh, Independence Day.
yeah, sorry, I said Armageddon. That's my bad. I get those confused all the time. They're both about the end of the world, though. I'd like to
Certainly.
point out.
One, inanimate object. Asteroid. Other, aliens.
And Will Smith
Super a-holes.
punches that alien,
Right?
knocks
In
him
your
out,
face.
and shows Vivica A. Fox, who did not cuck him in that movie, just what a stud he is.
Exactly right.
I feel badly for Will Smith. I really do. And now he's been sucked into the Lakers' vortex of failure. It's like, we're failing. Let's bring in another guy who's failed miserably this year, but not come back yet.
Guys, when I made iRobot, there were a lot of people that had things to say.
I don't know if you guys have seen 6 Degrees of Separation, but it was a tour de force for me. I played a gay young man.
How many of you have ever picked up a blue whale, spun it around your head, and thrown it halfway across the world like I did and hand-cocked?
You know what? Men in Black. We forgot about
We
that.
did.
I'd make this look good.
Oh, remember he was a real badass in Suicide Squad.
Oh, he played.
I'm going to work Blue,
Yeah. He was the guy with the gun.
who had the daughter, and that's why he was doing all of this for her.
Well, it's a good thing the Lakers have figured out how to handle their woes on the court. They brought in Will Smith to talk to them off the court and then publicized it. You know, it's one thing to have somebody come in and talk to the team.
On the DL.
We used to have that all the time, but it was never public. It wasn't something that we made into like a PR moment.
I think what Rob is trying to do is show you that listen, we started out 0-3, and we're not just going to sit on our hands and wait for things to self-correct. We're going to take an active approach. We're going to be proactive, and we're going to force our players' hands. That's what we're going to do before we go to Denver to play the Nuggets.